There's been a lot of debate lately about this 3 a.m. ad that Hillary came out with, and who would do a better job of answering this 3 a.m. situation.
It's 3 a.m. and your children are safe and asleep. But there's a phone in the White House and it's ringing.
But nobody's actually defined what this 3 a.m. situation is or what they would do about it. So what I really want to do is call up some of the presidential candidates and see how they would handle a hypothetical situation. I didn't really have many ins with the presidential candidates except with Mike Gravel, who I produced a video for on YouTube back in August. But I haven't had anything to do with the campaign since then. And to be fair, I also wrote to the John McCain campaign and offered to make videos for them. Just kind of like the challenge of it. They said Mike can just film his end on the webcam and send it to you, send you the file. I was like, oh, that's great, I can cut it together. So I called him up earlier today, and I said, you know, I'm going to film my end. Be sure you're filming your end on the webcam. He said, great, great, great. So I called him up at 6 o'clock, and I pitched him the situation. A U.S. spy plane in Iranian airspace was shot down. There were 8 crew members. They are alive. They are in the custody of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. What would you do? And he answered it, but he hated it, and he got pretty hostile.
It's not a fair question to me, because it's not a scenario that, see, you're describing a scenario that would not happen under my watch. It would happen under McCain's watch. You know, you do the questions you do, you come at the perspectives you want. I have no problem getting on a webcam with you, but you know, I've got a lot more knowledge than obviously you do.
And he chewed me out for like 15 minutes. And then I said, wait, Senator, you're filming this, right? Are you currently filming this on your webcam? I know we had
Am I currently filming this on my webcam?
Yeah, we had discussed that earlier today.
Oh my God, I have not set my webcam up.
Oh, so then we hung up, and he got his webcam set up, and I called him again, and I pitched him a new situation that he didn't know was coming. So this is that. A major newspaper has acquired videotapes made by the CIA of CIA interrogations, and they're using harsh interrogation techniques. And there's some concern that if these tapes get posted on YouTube, that it will encourage reprisals on our American troops around the world, harsh reprisals. What should we do?
Well, I would do 2 things. One, I would immediately find out the officials in question and would begin to prosecute them to the extent of the law in question, since I would have already set down procedures that there would be no torturing that would take place under my administration, and would have already changed all of the regulations and secured the necessary changes in law from the Congress. And so this would already be in disobedience to the laws that would exist under my administration. Secondly, I would approach the newspaper and the organs in question and ask them to not publish. And all I would do is ask. There's no way that I would use my power as president to stop them from publish. I would ask them on a basis that that American military would probably be retaliated against were this to be made public, and that I would inform them that they would have exclusive rights to the story of what we would be doing in prosecuting these people who've committed these acts, so that they would have an incentive to not release the actual footage, but then could report on the fact that it had taken place and that we are prosecuting that. And I would hope that that would satisfy them with respect to the issue in question, and not put out the actual torturous facts in question, which could put our American soldiers at risk.
What do you think the best method is to gain information from hostile people who have it?
First off, you know, harsh interrogation methods, torture doesn't really give you much information. People, you know, I always take a look at 24. Remember the episodes you have? They always have this scenario wherein within a half hour, somebody's going to detonate a nuclear device that's going to kill millions and millions of people, and so you've got to get the information right now. Well, that's sort of a gotcha kind of question. But in the normal course of intelligence work, and I was in the intelligence community, you don't get those kind of scenarios. What you do is you pick up somebody, and initially, depending on how you handle that, you generally can get more information from a person with honey than you can from a ruthless approach. And this is so in 9 times out of 10. And by and large, if you can't get any information in the first 30 days, by that period of time, it's old hat.
Senator, that's all I have for you at this point.
Okay.
But
I'll get this on to Skylar, and do you know what program I send that to you?
I typically use a website called yousendit.com. Are you on the internet right now? And then the address bar on Firefox. You know the address bar at the top of Firefox. You just want to type YouSendIt. YOUSENDIT.